Right, second attempt at recording this video. I made a video about Marty Supreme, I was months ago, but then the audio, watch, just listen. I had the microphone like this, and you can hear everything. You can hear spit moving around in my mouth. You can hear the chair creaking. Yeah, you might still hear it, but it was just, nah. It was a good take, but nah. So we'll leave it there and see how it goes. But yeah, Marty Supreme, what a film. I loved it. There was not one point where I was bored. There was not one point where I wasn't engaged. It was pure chaos at all times, at all moments, and I loved it. There comes a point where you look at a film and you're like, oh, like every aspect of this film is like very well put together. Like everything is kind of faultless. Sound design, visuals, the level of acting. I think this film has made me realize Timothée Chalamet is, even though you hear about it, like you hear people gas him up and you're saying like, next big thing. I watched The King and Dune Part 2 actually now. Dune Part 2, I had watched, before I watched Mighty Supreme, I had watched The King and the first Dune. And I'd say in those films, his character's kind of like, I don't want to say basic, but it's not this level of charisma that Marty has. So it's not like he could show, oh, these are the levels I can get to emotionally, these are the tones I can get to. It's more like in The King, I think he really had to like grow into the role. Like literally the character's growing into the role of being a king. So he was quite timid at first, a bit unsure of himself. But in this, Marty's very sure of himself. And in the first Dune, I think it was just a good start to that universe because I wasn't familiar with it. Then I watched Mighty Supreme and I was like, whoa. Then I watched Dune Part 2, gas for the third film. And yeah, it kind of, all of that cemented me as like, okay, yeah, fair. He's the next guy. The way he was, the way he was flirting with Gwyneth Paltrow. This guy. Like everyone knows, newspapers. As soon as she walks in, they're just like, oh, she's. And then Marty's like, hello, I'm here. But because of that, I think that's what attracted him to her. And I was like, fair, bro. The scene where what did he do? He threw the fruit into the bowl. Come on, who thinks of this? Like he is he's a generational bagsman when it comes to women. Like what? With the sound design, I feel like I think of a specific one where he's running away from the police. What did they do? They find out that he stole the money from his the shoe shop he was working in. It was just very like the tempo was going with his movements. Like it's all very. I know this sounds silly, but like this is obviously what they do with sound design. Like they cater it to whatever scene is going to be playing. But it was just so good, especially with how captivating the character is. Even though he's not a good guy, but it enhances the chaos. Especially one scene that was later on where the gunshot, I think it was the first gunshot, maybe, of the film, and the guy that got his head blown off, it's not just a typical gunshot that you hear in like, I don't know, a Fast and Furious film or something. It's echoey and crackly and it like rips through the air, and it was so like jarring, and like you really felt like you had heard a gunshot next to you, and then you get that sense of like, I haven't been next to a gunshot. It just felt like jarring, but like in a good way. I just feel like they crafted these things very well, and this is not, I don't know, I feel like I'm talking too much about a gunshot, but I don't know, films don't do that. Like they just keep a basic gunshot sounds. Do you know how many sound effects that are reused in films? This is why I feel like the film is like a 9 out of 10, because Even the visuals, like when the car's burning, it just looks cold. The explosion, cold. The visual of what they're wearing, like the time that they're in, like it's just really good. It's just really good filmmaking, and when you've got an actor that good, it's really deserved. Like, it needs to be that good, because yeah, this guy is top quality. I'm just thinking, like, how did anyone say that? Did anyone know that Timothée Chalamet was this good at table tennis, or is it like a stunt double, or like he's like decent at, you know, good at table tennis, like, or he just really learned beforehand. But I just feel like table tennis isn't something you just quickly pick up, and it just looked cold when he was doing it. I was just like, I was like, chill, chill. You gotta dislocate a shoulder or something, like. But yeah, the guy was cold with it. Pretends like he doesn't care about Rachel, that he's basically dating, but yeah, he pretends like he's not acknowledging the baby, he's not acknowledging anything, and I'm just like, bro, this isn't good. But you're still just rolling with it. You're like, this guy's a dickhead, but you want to see where he lands. All he's thinking about is going to Japan, like, to the point where he told Rachel to just go at one point. Granted, she had lied about being beaten, which is crazy, but I think in the end you see that crazy is perfect for both of them. You can see why they're together. With this film, it kind of got pit up against Sinners because of the Oscars that's already happened now. And then obviously we saw that, what's his name? Michael B. Jordan won the Oscar. I'll try not to talk about it too much, but I saw a lot of chatter about it. There was one TikTok I saw, one woman, black woman, it's relevant, trust me. It better be. She was saying about how I think, before the Oscars, she kind of just thought that Timothée Chalamet will get the Oscar. Kind of made out like as if he'll get it because he's the golden boy, white guy. Yeah, and I was like, sorry, but in this case, the film's actually incredible. And I know that's subjective, but there are certain things you see in a performance. Like, if you don't forget about the film, if you just watch Timothée Chalamet's scenes and you just watch how he's delivering his lines, his facial reactions, what he's doing, it's, I don't know, what are we talking about? I don't know how we can look at that and not think that is fantastic acting. And there's so much range there, there's so much difference in emotion from when he was actually like having to succumb to getting smacked on the arse and just take it. He just goes to a zone of like, I need to go to Japan, so I need to do this. The distress at the end when he finds out, when he comes to terms with the fact that he's the dad, when he's crying his eyes out seeing his child, when he's being arrogant, cocky throughout the film. There are so many different things that he's done in this, and you can see that he's done it perfectly and he's really selling it. But then we want to put it up against Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. I'm not saying he's a bad actor, I'm just saying his range is limited. Very limited for me. I'll try and talk about it a bit more in the Sinners review, but I feel like there wasn't enough varying emotion in that film. He plays two characters in that film. I don't see anything different between the two. Like, I can't differentiate why the red twin is different to the blue twin. We'll probably talk about it a bit more in that review. I'll record it right after this, actually. But yeah, I just think Marty Supreme's in a league of its own. It should have won the Oscar. Best actor? Yeah, Timothée Chalamet should have got that. Do I care? Because realistically, award shows, they're not exactly fair, and they're not even kind of voted for by the right people. Like, it's just exclusive group of people, and it just gets given to whoever licks more ass. Like, I'm sorry, it just does. Am I supposed to care about these things? No, because it's called the Oscars and it's the esteem, we hold it in such high regard. No, it should be the general public. It's probably voted for by like thousands of people. Millions of people watch these films. So why am I listening to these 1,000 who have an agenda, who work for these studios, are getting paid to say a certain thing? I don't know, I just feel like a lot of shine of that film got taken away because of this dispute, and it's very annoying because, I don't know, filmmaking quite simple when you're the viewer. Let me not act like I did an amazing degree and I know so much about filmmaking, but people, you know, that are watching the films, it's very simple to just see, okay, best actor, let me just look at Timothée Chalamet, let me see what he did in every single one of his scenes, and be like, whoa, okay, he really performed well. If you don't like table tennis, that's not the point. It's whether or not you think Timothée Chalamet's performance was better than Michael B. Jordan's performances that were actually exactly the same as each other. Like, no one can really dispute that. Well, I guess the vampire one, but everyone's acting like a vampire in that film. So, I don't know. It's subjective, I know, but nah. This film's top quality, top tier. Even when you don't necessarily like a main character, you don't agree with the main character, this is the way to do it. This is the way to show that he's got something about him, he's got some character, he's got some personality, he's got an interesting story. You want to see how he gets from A to B, back to C, whatever. He does so much in this film that you're like, what next? It just keeps going, and then the bathtub scene, you're not expecting that. Who's expecting that? When he's they're conning the people at the bowling alley. But yeah, the bowling alley. Tyler, the creator, by the way, he's an actor. He's a good actor. He acted his socks off in that scene. You can see he's acting cocky as fuck. He's like, I don't care, give me my money. I don't. You want to punch him, but like, they're doing it for money. It's just like, oh yeah, these men, they know what they're doing, and that's all I'll say. I'm not trying to go back to the Michael B. Jordan thing, but yeah, people probably just need to forget about all this. Whoever's the most popular in the public eye. What was the comments he made? So dumb. Like, it was about ballet or the opera. So dumb how people who probably do not care about ballet and opera are there online saying, oh, how dare you talk about ballet and opera? You don't watch it yourself. Like, what are you talking about? Maybe his delivery was a bit aggressive, but does that mean you need to just not like him now?
Stupid people.
There's a lot of stuff like this that happens. I don't know if it's a serious, but John Bernthal said he doesn't like people that nap, or doesn't like napping or something like that. And you know John Bernthal, he's very like, he'll just say it how it is. I think people got annoyed about that. I think they're joking. I don't think they actually care that he said that. But I see it in all the comments whenever John Bernthal's in a post. I'm just like, come on now. Is this joke not dead now? Like, I feel like he said this months ago. That's society these days. They have one thing that they latch onto, and that's it. That's what you are. You're the person that said this about opera. It's like, are you going to stop watching his films? No. So, shut up. I can't wait for Dune 3. I can't wait for whatever he's got next. Like, he is one of the best actors of this next generation. Like, he will probably be what Leonardo DiCaprio is now, or was considered before, like the Hollywood actor. Do you know what I mean? Like the poster boy of Hollywood. This is what I'm here for. This is what I like talking about. This is what I like seeing. This is what I like hearing. I don't care about... I separate agendas from the film. Like, I don't like opera and all that kind of stuff. Does that mean I won't watch a film about opera? Maybe.
You fool.
No, but if it's done well, I will watch it. Like, this is what I'm saying, it just has to be done well. It's as simple as that. I watch Sinners, and I don't necessarily love vampire stuff. That might be because of Twilight. Growing up, hearing about Twilight all the time, I was just like, what is the obsession? But, nah, Sinners was done in a nice way. I'll review that next. I'm actually going to record that now. But, yeah, for now, this is goodbye. Love you, love all my fans, and the 2 people watching this. Love, 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 love.